What is up and welcome back, and today we have the unboxing of the Razer laptop cooling pad. Now this cooler right here is going to be one of the more expensive coolers out there, and it is going to be Razer's first cooling pad. Now when I did see this one online and I saw the price for it, I was pretty surprised because it is pretty expensive. It is going to be 150 USD, but for that price and for the Razer name, you are going to be expecting a quality product. Now, I actually wasn't thinking of picking up this cooler because I already have a couple other different ones, and the price tag, like I said, it is pretty steep. I only told myself if I get enough requests in the comments to do this cooling pad, then I will do an unboxing and full review. And a lot of people have been saying, hey, this cooler is being hyped up online. Could you do a review so we can actually see how well it performs? So that's what we're going to be doing in the future. But for right now, let's get our first impressions of the Razer laptop cooling pad. I do have my razor blade right here, so let's get right to it. Now actually, let me give you a full tour before we open it up. So this is what the box is going to look like. And actually it is a pretty big box. When I first saw it, I was thinking to myself, what the heck? This kind of looks like an Xbox Series X. Right, it is a big box decked out in that green color. A little bit of the back so you can see how the box looks like. Nothing special on the sides. Some wording right there telling you what the cooler is all about. So with that said, let's get to it. Like we said, actually it does have a pull tab right here, so we'll turn around this way. Says pull to open. So far I am loving the presentation. For gamers, by gamers. Love to see that from Razer. Check it out. This is going to be the packaging. Let's take it out. Our cable's most likely right there. Let's flip this around. Let's remove the foam. Now my first impressions just by looking at this cooler is going to be, I am pretty surprised because definitely when you pick it up, it doesn't feel too heavy, especially with the size of the box. I was expecting this cooler to be a lot more heavier, and the design also is going to be a lot more slim. Just look at that right there. It does have a very slim look to it. And also when we turn around, we can see that in the back it's not going to have the usual stands that you see that extend. With other coolers, you can raise the cooler a lot more higher, right? This right here, it does look that it has a standard way of sitting. And maybe Razer with their technology calculated how this cooler can run the most efficient. But for the most part, when you do have a cooler a lot more higher, you do get a little bit better performance. So that is going to be interesting to test out when we are doing the cooler testing with the laptop. Very solid cable back here. I do love this. You can see that it is a quality cable. Comes connected to the cooler, so you can disconnect that from what I can tell. I would like the connection to be something you can unplug, but Razer, they have their own way of doing things, and that's the design for this cooler right there. Also, you're going to have your 3 USB connections right here, so you can start a USB hub for your electronics, your mouse, your keyboard. So nice to see they incorporated that in this cooler. Now right here, we did get this package. It says accessories. Just look at that in the box. Let's open it up and see what else we have in here. I see that, a different type of foam. Maybe if you do have a smaller laptop, you can use this to pair with your cooler. Perhaps that's what it is. Let me take it out since we are doing an unboxing. Check this out. Haven't seen this before in any other cooler. I do love this. This right here, very nice detail. You have a smaller laptop. Now you can use this attachment that comes with it to make it fit a lot more better. That right there, very impressive. Wasn't expecting that at all. So very nice details. We'll leave this one on for now. Put this one off to the side. You do have a guide right here giving you the instructions. I do love the detail they put into this. Just by looking at it, I'll take a closer look later on. But just by looking at this, I do love the pictures and how it's very well organized and explained. So put this out to the side. Also right here, so on this side we have that attachment I first showed you, and on this side you have this one right here. Now this, let me see. Interesting. So this right here does not have a foam sealer. Maybe there are some units out there, some laptops that are maybe very low to the ground. So perhaps this might fit those type of laptops. I gotta do more research on this. I'll have that in the follow-up video. But as you can see, 2 attachments. Very nice. Bringing something different to the table. Now, keeping it going, you also get this right here. Let's open it up. Nothing else inside this small little box. So this right here, actually, I think is going to be the power source. And right here, you're going to have your power source. Again, they're doing things a little bit different. Haven't seen this type of connection before in the other coolers. Let's open up the attachment. Okay, we have to line them up. There's 3 dots. There we go, just like so. So that's going to be for your wall outlet. And then you are going to plug in the end to the cooler right here. So there we go, your power source and the USB for your USB hub to connect your other devices. So there we go, we do have the cooler hooked up to the wall. Let's turn it on so we can see how this works. Along the side, you're going to have 3 small buttons. You can see them right there, 1, 2, 3. You're not going to have any digital reading or manual setting where you can see where you're at. This is going to be the power button. Maybe the camera can capture it, but it does look like a little power symbol right there. It looks like a fan symbol, and this probably going to be the RGB. So let's turn this on and see how this cooler looks. Look at that. Very nice. I do love the RGB, actually. Very impressed how that looks. Let's keep going with the buttons. Fan speed. Looks like it's only 3 settings, and then the RGB. I'll keep pressing that for you. I do love how nice that looks. Very clean, very slick looking. Now, I do want to say, if this is your first time picking up a cooler, or maybe you're doing research, seeing if you're going to pick this one up or a different brand, you might be a little disappointed because you only get 3 buttons and you have to actually press them to see where you're actually at. They're not going to have a digital buttons where you can see you're at the lowest speed, and then when you turn it, you're at the max speed. Same thing with the RGB. With other coolers, you can press RGB 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can tell exactly which setting you're on. In this case, you're going to have to press the button, either listen or look to see in which setting you're on when you're talking about actually pressing the buttons. So that right there, you might be a little disappointed, especially you're paying $150 and you're looking to just use this manually. You're not going to get the full potential out of this cooler. Why I say that? Because when I did read the online description, I did notice that you're going to be able to do a lot of other things with this cooler with the actual app. You have to download the app to your laptop, the Synapse app. And if you do own other Razer products, you already know it's going to be all about the Synapse app to let you control the RGB, let you control a lot of the custom settings. In this case, you are going to have smart cooling. You have the Synapse app installed, then you're going to be able to have this cooler work automatically. If your laptop is actually not using a lot of performance, it's working pretty good, the fans are going to go at the lowest speed. Or if you are editing something very difficult, or you're playing a game that uses a lot of resources, then the app is going to turn the fans to max value. So you can see that can be very nice. You don't have to worry about turning it on or off. It's going to do it automatically as long as you have it hooked up. Also, with the app, you can also do custom RGB and a whole bunch of other things that we're going to investigate in a future video for everybody. And at the end of the day, it's really gonna come down to what you like. You know yourself better than anybody else. I know there's a lot of hype around this Razer cooler, but you think about yourself. Think about, are you going to like a simple setup if you're not using the app, just 3 buttons, and then you kind of, when you press them, see in which setting you're on? Or if you're going to like actually setting up the software and then having a lot of customization with the RGB and letting the computer and the app control your cooler. So that right there can be something very neat if you love to see that, love to use that. But at least with this unboxing, you can have an idea of what to expect. So that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you got a lot out of this unboxing. You were able to get some details that you didn't know about, and they can help you decide if this cooler is going to be best for you or not. And we are going to be doing the full performance test on this cooler shortly, so stay tuned for that. We're going to give you how well it performs on the lowest setting, on the max setting, the volume test, seeing how loud this cooler actually gets, and a whole bunch of other details. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming out shortly. But that's going to be it for today. And if you did like the video, please sub and like. I am a smaller channel. Every little bit goes a long way. We'll be back next time with more. Until then, peace and much love.